भाग्यून पाऊल सांगता वाट चलूंक आमच्या कुटुंबाक आयज आमी उलो मारता. लिव युअर लायफ लायक सेंट पॉल. दिस इज अ टेलिवायज्ड फॅमिली विटनेस. आमची एक फामील होच एक विटनस, एक गोवाय दितली कशे तरेन भाग्यून पावल भाशेन तांकां देवाचें दर्शन मेळ्ळें आनी आपल्या जिविताची वाट तेकल्या भाशेन तांणी सदांच देवाची विस्वास धरून फुडें व्हेली आनी भाग्यून पावल भाशेन जेजूक ती न्हेसली. हेंच आमी पळयतल्या आनी कितें भाशेन तांच्या जिविताचेर फामिलीचेर नदर मारून आमचेय कुटुंब, आमच्योय फामिली जेजूच्या काळजा सारकी जावन ही तेकला आनी पाद्र आल्बेरियोन तांणी वेलेलें कार्य फुडें व्हरूंक आमकांय देवाची स्फूर्ती आनी घोटाय आनी प्रेरणा ह्या कार्यावळीन आमकां मागून घेवया.
Daughters of Saint Paul are celebrating the biblical year dedicated to Saint Paul this year. We know Saint Paul as a man of lot of challenges, how he faced them and how he overcame them. As human beings or as Catholics or people of every faith, we have challenges in life, in our daily lives. And it is quite an exercise to overcome them. And it is this very challenge that we are talking about in this chat. And with me are two lovely people from a beautiful place in Bardes, a village called Anjuna. They also happen to be neighbors of Venerable Padagnayan. Therefore I welcome them and I introduce you to Trina Zuzat and her husband Colin Zuzat. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Trina,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Trina, you first. I would like you to speak about your family.
Yes, Colin. We have just celebrated 25 years, so that's a long time to be together. We have two lovely children, Jerry at 13 and Bradley at 10. And in addition to the four of us, we have an aunt of Colin that lives with us. And we are all so comfortable living together, experiencing life as it comes each day, through the grace of God, of course.
Okay. Colin, what do you do for a living?
I have a small business. I have a laundry, and it's in the part of the house. And I don't cater to much, but just a few hotels. And I see to that, that someone is getting an employment, and it's sufficient enough for our living. And that's it.
So how many people are working under you?
I have about 5 or 6 of them, and they are all outsiders. They are from West Bengal, and in fact now recently that I have got a good set of workers. So I had a lot of problems with the workers and all those things, but this set of workers have been a really blessing to our family.
Okay, and Trina helps you in all
yeah.
these things.
yeah.
Yeah,
Very nice.
It's a team that
Okay.
we've built up this business.
Right. How long you have been running this business? I mean, you started
Oh.
your life in this business, or were you doing something else earlier? And
Yeah, after my graduation, I have done my electrical diploma in electrical, and after that I was working for a short time in sales, but then I had an opportunity to go into business. I mean, business has never been a part of my family, but I don't know, it was an opportunity and we just took that opportunity and started off.
so that was your first challenge.
Yeah.
Okay. And how successful it has been from its inception? Did you face any obstacles?
There were a lot of ups and downs. First of all, just starting a laundry when you don't have any background, when you don't have anything to know about laundry and you just get into it, it becomes very difficult. It looks easy because we wash clothes at home. So it is like, you're washing clothes and just delivering it. But then you realize stain removing is a different process altogether. You have to know about it.
Right.
And slowly we got opportunities to go into a course sort of, where how to remove stains, how to deal with different types of stains.
Right.
And that's how it went off.
So
Actually,
basically you learned on your way up.
On our own.
yeah, on our own.
Okay.
In fact, we just started off with small domestic machines, and then I happened to visit an exhibition. I went for an exhibition where they had industrial machines, so I just got to know, and then I shifted on to industrial machines,
Right.
getting all to bigger hotels,
Right.
and that's how it grew.
Fine. Okay. I also know that you work a lot in the parish. Colin, first you.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, what kind of, how do you get involved in the parish? Or do you get involved in the parish?
Oh yeah, parish. See, I mean, initially before our marriage, we were not so much. Involved in parish activities. Just a few for. For feasts. Like we were like Sunday goers.
Yeah.
But as when the samudayas started, when the small Christian community started off, then we really got ourselves involved. I was in the parish council for quite some time, and then at the samudaya level, we were quite involved, both of us.
Right.
And that's it. We are there in the family cell,
Okay.
and now recently with the retrovile, and we are, helping off. Certain people they need any help in marriage,
counseling and
counseling.
Understanding.
We are not professional counselors, but we direct them through our experience or through our whatever we have gone through and whatever good advice we can give them. So
Trina, in spite of the work and your housework and parish work, do you find time, or is it you have to make time is that a challenge?
Yeah, making time is a big challenge. It always bothers me that we are so much involved in work, and at some point we are getting away from God. That keeps bothering me. Like down 25 years we've been work, and some days we've been very faithful to God, and sometimes no, we'll just do this and then we'll pray. And prayer has gone, to the side.
Okay.
And I've seen a lot of differences when that happens. Like, you cannot just cope up with your problems. That's one thing I realized when you are out of touch with prayer.
Yeah.
And then the work becomes more burdensome.
Okay, in between you said we do not get the time, and we don't find the right way when we have problems. Now that struck me something. Were there any problems in your life?
Oh, problems. It's like job.
Okay. So your transition from your job to starting a business was
yeah. In fact, I was in sales, so it was okay for me because the company was in Bombay, where I had to look after sales in Goa. But it was okay, and she was working, of course, on a 9 to 5, 6 job. But I was on sales, so it was okay, and I just started off on a small scale. And then after that, I said it was not possible because handling workers, handling the hotels, and was difficult.
Okay.
So I gave up my job, and I was full time.
Okay.
Meantime, she also had to give up because if I was on delivery or something, because mine was a small business, and I was very much involved. So
and
handling,
then you had to also expand it.
And handling the situation at home was becoming difficult. So she had to also give up her job.
Right.
And that transition was good.
Yeah.
There were we had a lot of ups and downs. Workers' problems were always there in any business. When you're involving workers.
Yes.
But then, if you know your job, you can really handle the situation.
Exactly. Yes. I think this is what Colin says is, if you are dedicated and you have the zeal and you have made up your mind that you'll do it, then I think any challenge is you can overcome any of the challenges that you have. But remember, you in our conversations earlier, you were saying that there was a major catastrophe that happened in your business. I want you to share it with us.
Yeah.
And,
In fact, in 2012, we were on a short holiday actually to down south, and I met with a freak accident. And the freak accident was, it was a day when we were returning back from our holiday. So just before returning, my two sons, my younger one was about 2 years old, and my two nephews, they said saying the last chance to get into the swimming pool was, we'll just go to the swimming pool and have a bath there. As I was getting down into the swimming pool on the ladder, in fact I slipped, and my son was there in my arms, and I just slipped and fell onto the ladder, where legs apart, and my urethra passage was damaged. So not knowing what was the damage, like I just I slept for some time. I went back to the room, I slept for some time, but then after that I realized that my whole scrotum area was swollen up. Of course, with the doctor coming in, visiting, then he also was little helpless. Then he started saying, you have to meet a physician. So by the time I actually got home to the hospital was quite some time. Meantime, my bladder was full, and the doctor, I had phoned him and told our family doctor. So he arranged for a specialist and got the urine from my bladder out by piercing through the abdomen. So I had a bag, urinary bag through the abdomen for quite some time. I was hospitalized.
How long you were away from your normal life during this time, during this sickness or accident rather?
Yeah, in fact, they could not do anything about the any operation immediately because it was damaged quite a bit, so I had to wait for about 3 months. And then I was operated at Apollo Hospital, which was a major operation because there were a lot of dead cells in the
and that recovery period was how long?
That was also Apollo Hospital was about 7 hours operation. And when I was discharged after 8 days, I had 2 catheters, one in the abdomen and one through the penis. And the penis one actually gave way, which had to remain for about 21 days. So that the healing takes place in this one, because the new tissues were put. So that gave way, and so the urethra passage was always getting damaged. So for a year I always had a problem.
So almost a year your business was totally standstill.
Not really. I mean, I must say it is divine intervention, because the people who were there were quite helpful. I kept pleading with them and said, look, he's not capable of handling. Please do your bit. But he was up. That was the biggest miracle of life. That Colin was able to talk, he could give instructions, he could say anything. He was just in the sense roaming with the urine.
But he
could walk, he could do things like that. But he had to be careful because of infections. But the business was running. That's something that I was quite amazed.
We were on a low scale, but
because that happened during May, so it went through June, July, August, so that's a slack time.
So this was one of the challenges, but I heard you had another one which was even worse.
Yeah, the worst one was, in fact, like this only. We were going on a holiday. Actually, we decided to go to Bangalore for just about 4 or 5 days and have a short holiday because the occupancy in the hotel was low. And meantime, at 2:30 or 3 o'clock in the morning, I got a call from my neighbor. As we were traveling by bus, I got a call from my neighbor that your house is on fire. And it was a short circuit which caused the fire, and the whole laundry was burnt off.
Since your laundry is adjacent to your house.
Adjacent to my house.
So everything,
We lost everything, just everything. So when the call came, actually, Colin, I was like not knowing what to do, because he's the decider all the time, taking decisions. So I was banking on him to take the decision, and at the same time trying not to panic, because I could panic very easily. At the same time in my heart I'm saying a prayer. I'm saying, God help. And then I remember I prayed the Divine Mercy, I don't know how many times at that moment. I just kept saying it, and I knew that I had my Bible with me. I read my Bible, my daily flesh, in the bus, and I was like praying, and I'm telling this man, I said, look, we are here, whatever is happening there, and we have no control over it.
Exactly.
You just have to keep your balance, and so do I. And we had our kids and my nephew along.
Right.
So I said, we just pray, God is there, and the people who are handling are there. So, I mean, we cannot be there, so we just have to go and take stock and accept. I didn't know how this was going to be,
Right.
because I am the very nervous type, and I can drop at anything. Like, so it went on. We took this journey back home. I mean, that also was planned by God, I can say, when I look back, because how we got on from one bus to the other bus also at that part of the morning,
Right, coming back.
was
Yeah.
amazing. And everybody like took care of us, people who didn't know us.
Right.
They just landed us into the next bus and we were back home. And in the meantime, everybody's calling, constant calls from family and all people concerned. And I know at that point, like, I don't know how my brother got that call that night. They sleep through the night, you know. But something kept him awake because he had some other commitment the other day. And he answered the call. So he could go and be there. So we knew that there were people in charge.
Right.
So we just land
Okay,
home.
at the point when you came back, you landed at your place and you see everything is
Yes,
fallen apart.
that was, I still can't get over
What
that.
was your first thought which came to your mind?
In
Has
fact,
God has left me after all? Anything?
No, no,
like that. I mean,
see-
it's quite natural.
it is but natural, because when you see your whole business in flames and in ashes, you think of that. But like, you know, I don't know. In fact, even my parish priest and my PPC members were there, and it was just when I don't know what they were expecting from us and our reaction. But when I saw, okay, I said, okay, this is burnt, okay, this is burnt, and I just tapped my parish priest and he said, Father, you know, if I had the business running, I would not be able to renovate this place. But God has given me a chance now, a time to sit down, to retrospect and to renovate this whole place.
Okay, now this brings to me a very crucial question to ask, which did not come to my mind earlier, but when you say renovate, did it renovate you as a person, as a family, from that time onwards?
Oh, very much.
Yes,
Okay.
it did.
It brought us more closer to God.
Okay.
See, I mean, even the earlier accident, like, you know, we went for a holiday, but I was the only one from our whole family. I used to just get up in the morning and go for mass, even on a holiday.
Okay.
And people even said, like, you know, Are, you went for mass also, and why God is, like, you know, after you? If God has done, given me this accident, it is for a reason. Maybe because I had to have a rest. If God has saw that this whole business is in flames and in ashes, there is a reason for God to give it.
Okay.
And I trusted on that. Not that I have pots of money to rebuild my business, but I just left it in God's hands, and everything just fell in place. There were people who just just came and just put money in my hands. And there was a person who came, he's saying, I've got 2 checks for you. One is of 2 lakhs and one is a blank check. I don't think so anyone will trust you with a blank check. But you know, that help which came in was only because of God's intervention, I would say.
Okay. And how long it took you to put everything together? I mean, just a number. I'm looking at this.
I mean, it went off for almost about
Few months.
for 4 or 5 months
Yeah.
Okay.
to put things back. And
Trina, do you think now, after that, all these things have happened in your life, so many challenges and things, you have overcome these challenges, You felt that you should give something back to God. Is that a thought that came to your mind, that you're
Yeah.
now so much involved with?
At some time,
Activities.
yes. I said, Lord, I said, what do you want from us? I keep saying, all through whatever I do, I say, you must be wanting something from us. Otherwise, you'll not be bringing all these kind of full stops at some time.
Okay.
He must be saying something, and we are not kind of able to know. But in my heart, I pray, I said, you must be having something for us. Make it known. I don't know where you want us, what you want us to do. I know we have to run this business, and I know that we have to reach out to people.
Right.
Because when I wanted the business to come back, I just said one thing, Lord. I said, if you want us to have this business back, and I want to have it back so that I can be able to help people. Otherwise, I mean, no, I would feel restricted. Like,
So rather you're telling God, use me as your
Yes.
instrument.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and let me be a testimony with my actions rather than just preaching. Is that what you're trying to say?
Exactly.
Okay. What is it that is touching you in the Word of God at the moment? Because you must be definitely going into, reading a lot and things like that now when you have your time. So what is that one passage or something in the Bible or maybe the Eucharist? What is it that touches you most now?
Yeah, I would say the Eucharist.
Okay.
I mean, gives me a very deep feeling of something, some connection with God, like especially the experience that I had during these COVID times was amazing. It just happened that we couldn't get CCR TV for some days. So our channel operator just said, you can get this and all.
Yes.
So I just said, oh, Goodness TV, and I was so excited, that I could get Goodness TV. And I just put it on one day. We were watching sunrise, not watching really. Yeah, initially it was just watching because we didn't know what it was, Sunrise with Jesus. So we listened it 1 day, 2 days, and maybe the third day, the doorbell rang when we were doing it. And he went to answer the door, and nobody, he didn't return. So I remained alone and my kids sleeping around. And as the time of adoration came in, I knelt down and praying. I knelt down in respect, although it may just be the TV screen.
Yes.
And they started playing this song, You Raised Me Up. And I don't know what happened then. I just raised my hands and I was weeping. And I'm waking up my children. I said, come, you can hear this familiar tune. But no. And I said, never mind. I will sit alone. And I was weeping and weeping and weeping. I don't know why I was weeping, but I knew that there was a healing taking place deep down. And even when I think about it, I feel it, And I feel so connected. I said, the Eucharist. I said, yes. I said, God must be having something special there. He wants something from us maybe. I just hope that I'm fair enough and open to Him.
And now both of you are very active in the family cell, now going about and sharing your experiences and helping. Friends, I want you to know that these are many type of challenges that come across. This was one of it. There will be many that you may be facing in your lives. But what Trina and Colin tells us today is that have faith in God. Have faith in the Eucharist. Have faith in the Word of God. Read it and you will get what you desire. Before we wind up, I just want Colin and Trina, maybe in a short way, a message for our viewers.
Yeah, I would say keep your spirit hydrated. Just like your body needs water, keep your spirit hydrated with the Word of God. There is so much of online material that you get. You may be working. I always tell my friends, you may be very busy with work, especially those who've gone to the UK and all. I said, keep your mobile on or some speaker on where the Word of God or something connected to God plays. And at the background you're hearing it, although you may be working.
Right.
Because when I'm working, I put my thing on and I'm there, even if I'm in the laundry.
Right.
I feel so much at ease and I just do my work and I don't know when I'm done with my work.
What about you, Colin?
Yeah, what I would say is fear not, because God has not given us the spirit of fear. He has given us the spirit of love. He's given us the spirit of that strength, and we have to, whenever we are like, you have to be open in whatever, whenever you are giving anything, just give it and just do it in an open heart. That's what.
I think Colin and Trina has summed up beautifully how a family, how an individual should face the challenges and overcome them only with the power of God. I thank both Trina and
Thank
Colin
you.
for coming here and sharing with us in this chat in a very spontaneous way, and kind of giving a message and impetus for people who are distressed and who are lying low. And I think with this message there will be a lot of goodness that will come in the family. Thank you everyone, and I think thank you CCR TV for giving me this chance to talk with Trina and Colin, and that's how we face our challenges, with the Word of God and the Eucharist. Thank you.